Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and get started. It's at the top of the hour. I'll just introduce myself again. My name is Chad Sievers. I'm the project coordinator for ARBEST, and one of my job responsibilities or things that I do is working with the website. So I'm sure I've had a chance to talk to you either on the phone or by email. And this webinar today is just really kind of just to let you know some other features that are available on our website, tools for you all to use in your practice. Okay, and go to the next slide. A few housekeeping items. As I mentioned during the presentation, please mute yourself by pressing *6. That's just to avoid any background noise that we might have. And if you do have a question to ask during the presentation, I encourage you to use that chat feature that's found on the right side of your screen. And we will have a question and answer session at the end of this webinar, and you can unmute yourself by pressing *6. Just want to remind you that this webinar is being recorded, and we'll provide a link to the presentation from our website. And we're actually going to be talking about the webinar links today. And as always, if you have trouble hearing me, please unmute yourself and let me know, and I will try to talk more clearly. Okay, so a couple objectives for this training. We're going to look at how to use the treatment plan and treatment records featured on the ARBEST website. I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar on how to use our assessment tools, but we're going to kind of look at some other tools that are available. Going to tour our updated homepage, update some content and things like that. And if you don't know how to find a TFCBT trained therapist, I'm going to show you how to do that and how to become a TFCBT trained therapist. Okay, so this is our website, and this is where you'll go to access the treatment plans and treatment tools. You'll log in as you would normally at our homepage and by clicking on that blue link. And then once you're logged in, this is your main menu that you'll see, and where we're going to be talking today is we're going to be going into the patient care section of the website, and that's where treatment plans and treatment records are found, and this is also the same area where your assessment tools that you all do are found too. And we'll also cover some things in the downloads section. Okay, so creating a treatment plan. Well, first you'll need to register a client, and let's assume that we've already registered a client. You'll then, you have to go to patient care, and then you'll register your client. And then this is a screenshot of what, you just registered someone, here's what it looks like. Well, you're going to click the Add button underneath the treatment plan column. And when you do that, a new window is going to pop up. Something that I do want to mention is that we do have an option right at the beginning that says a treatment plan will not be completed for this patient. And why is that there? Well, right now, in order to do a treatment record, you have to create a treatment plan. But we understand sometimes that you have your own treatment plan that you want to do, but maybe you want to keep some notes and that you're working on a client in our website, and that's fine. So that's why that option's there. So by clicking a treatment plan will not be completed for this patient. You'll still have access to treatment records. So the treatment plan, it's broken up into 3 areas. Traumatic stress, with the overall goal of reducing symptoms of traumatic stress and increased ability to cope with and process the traumatic events. Then the second area of focus is depression, so working on depression issues. And the overall goal there is improving clients' ability to manage mood more effectively and decrease depressive symptoms. And thirdly, we look at disruptive behaviors, improve compliance in the home, increase ability to manage anger, and decrease arguing with adults. Now why these 3 areas of focus? When ARBEST was first started over 3.5 years ago. Some folks here, we wanted to create, when you all see children, some tools that can help you treat traumatized children. So we did some research on our end. We borrowed from the TFCBT checklist and some other resources, and kind of this is how this treatment plan was created. And so those are kind of the three, want to think kind of goals that a lot of times children with traumatic symptoms that you all work with. So that's just kind of a little background with that of how we created those. So again, when you're in your treatment plan, you can go under those, and there's measurable objectives with all of the goals, and you can edit your client's treatment plan at any time that you want. And if you click the print button, that of course will print you out a paper copy of treatment plan. A new window will print you a PDF copy of that. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. So now that you've created a treatment plan, you will have the option of creating a treatment record. And again, you'll just click Add under the treatment record column. And it's organized the same way, so by traumatic stress, depression, and disruptive behaviors. And there's also some room at the end to write in your own notes. I know sometimes if a therapist wants to keep up with, well, client or caregiver did not show up for treatment, that's a place where you can write that. So it sort of goes through what was done in therapy that day, and just to kind of help you keep on track with using TFCBT. So after you created a treatment record, there's been several of them, and if you click the View button, this little window will pop up. And just to navigate you all with this, if you click the number, that's going to review previous sessions. So it's going to bring up a window, and you're going to see what you entered in there. You're not going to be able to edit a note. If you do make a mistake, you edited it wrong, you did a note for the wrong client, or you meant to hit X and you hit B, or whatever the case is, please contact me, and we will try to get that resolved. But and then if you want to print out your note for that day, of course you just click print, and a paper copy is going to be printed for you. That's all pretty straightforward. And instructions for this can be found under the downloads, and you just will select the downloads tab, and I don't know if it might be kind of hard to see, but put a star by the treatment plan and treatment record. And really these are all, these probably are not used as much as the assessment tools, but I know therapists, even when you're getting ideas of how, gosh, what sort of goals or objectives do we need to work on with this client or family, the feedback that I've heard is that these are really great resources. Again, you all are probably creative enough. You do lots of goals and objectives, but we just want this to be an option for you all. Okay, and as always, if there's something does go wrong, it didn't say, the treatment plan didn't save, you're logged out unexpectedly, whatever the case may be, please describe in detail like what happened. And some helpful things for us is to know what browser you're using. So with the Internet Explorer, that's what IE stands for, Firefox, Chrome, or Safari. Just describe what you were doing briefly before, and you can use that email. If you have my personal email, you can send it to me as well. But in case I'm out or whatever, several people get this ARBEST info at UAMS email. And or you can call that number below there, and that's my direct line. All right. Well, we just recently went through some updates on our homepage, and some of the things we did, we just updated some content, some statistics and things like that. We added how to find a child advocacy center, because that is sort of the other half of ARBEST, as we work very closely with child advocacy centers. And we wanted just whoever was to come to our website, if they wanted to know where one was, to be able to show them. Our new annual report is now available to view. We just uploaded that this week, and we've combined all our resources onto one page, which I think will make finding TFCBT resources a little bit easier. And of course, we've developed a, we've started these webinars back in June of 2012, and we've been recording the ones that we're able to, and we have a dedicated web page for those. And lastly, we'll talk about, how to find a TFCB trained clinician. So here's just kind of a look at our new menu bar. If you go to our home page, the menu bar looks a little bit different. And so if you click on for Child Advocacy Centers, that's sort of what it's going to look like in that little colorful map that shows you the service area of each of the 13 CACs. Clark County is in the process of creating one, and the last I've heard is that they're still looking for a facility, but they don't have a location yet. So, and this, I know the screenshot's a little bit hard to see, but each of the centers are denoted by a star symbol, roughly about where they are. And if you scroll down on that page, address and contact information is available for all of the CACs. As our new annual report, you all have done lots of work, hard work with our website and everything, and we have updates on, what kids in Arkansas are looking like and everything, all available on our annual report. So I really encourage you to print it out, check it out. And so we're excited to have that done and up on our website. And the resources, this is probably the more significant change, is that we really took, a few months ago, everything was, we had resources for mental health clinicians, for child advocacy centers, and we've just kind of combined that all under one tab. So when someone comes, if you all come here, it's going to be more easy to, okay, I'm looking for something, I click resources, and here it is. And a lot of times the websites or different organizations that are mentioned on our TFCBT consultation calls, we will put that information here. So this is a growing and evolving list, and I'm always happy to, if you have some great resources to share, I'm happy to take that information, and we can maybe see about getting that on our website. So please check that out. And here's our webinars. Like I said, we started these back in June, and we have, I think we have like 4 recorded on there. Some are previous ones, and some of you might have been on these, but our TFCBT in the courts. We did another sort of website, ARBEST website, where we talked about how to use the trauma assessments. And so our last one was on behavior management. All those are up there, and this one will be as well. So, and the TFCB trained clinicians, this has been up here for a while, but I just wanted to just draw it to folks' attention because some of our consultation calls, they are finishing up, and a lot of we are adding a lot of people to this map, and you might be one of those. And I just want to show, and I think it's helpful for therapists as well if, clients or family members move and they're looking, maybe to refer a family, to another county, and gosh, is there anyone there that maybe they can continue with TFCBT and without circumstances. So you'll click the trained clinicians link, and then this map will appear. And kind of a cool feature by it is you can search by county. So if you start typing in Pulaski, it's going to start populating all the clinicians that were trained in Pulaski County. If you, or like what you can search by clinician, so if you know the clinician's name, so if you, for instance, type in Benjamin Siegel, his name's going to pop up, or any part of his name. So, and another way to search is you can actually by clicking a county. So if you want to search for Craighead, you just go ahead and click Craighead, and then a little map will appear in little pins of where clinicians are located. And this is just to give you all a sense of who has kind of gone through the whole entire training. So they've done the online web-based TFCBT training. They've attended the 2-day in-person training, and they've completed the consultation process. And just currently, I mean, the numbers are kind of updating weekly because, like I said, some of the groups are finishing their calls. But right now we're at 165 clinicians that have completed that whole process. and you can kind of see where they are in the state. Now, this isn't to say that all these clinicians are on the map, because some folks are in residential settings, and it's just maybe it's not appropriate for them to be on the map, or for whatever reason. So not all these clinicians are on the map, but I'm going to show you here in a second of how to get on the map. But so we definitely it's a neat thing to look at. A couple years ago, we maybe just a handful of clinicians who are trained in TFCBT, and to date there's over 160 folks in Arkansas. I think that's something to be really proud of. Okay, just a couple other things about the map. It does require a Microsoft Silverlight, and I know sometimes it's at home computers that shouldn't be an issue. It'd be like downloading Adobe or Java or some other program like that. But we know, for instance, at Children's Hospital, they have restrictions where you cannot download Microsoft Silverlight. So when that happens, you won't be able to see our map. So we are going to hopefully, we're looking at February of 2013, having downloadable lists of trained TFCB clinicians. And what we think that's going to look like is, if you want the clinicians for Pulaski County or Craighead or Benton or whatever county you want, it'll print you off a PDF page. And also, I know, like myself, I sort of prefer, that's how I like to search for people. I like to have a list in front of me, and I can, sort it how I want to. And so we're looking at early February 2013. If you can't find a clinician, or you're having problems with that, please call me. That's my number there. Or you can email the ARBEST info and just tell us what county you're looking at, or counties. Especially some of our more rural counties, there might only be one clinician, and then depending on one thing that our map doesn't tell is if I work in multiple counties. So the only thing we do know is kind of their primary location, but we know sometimes folks work in multiple counties. But so please email us if you need to find. I can get to that information very, very quickly. Okay, so some of you might be on the map already, but if you're not, the first step to do is, this is your registration, and in the main menu, you would click the Manage Account button. If you need to change your email address, or if you switch organizations, or your password. So you would have to click that checkbox that sort of gives us permission to use your name, address, and office number on the ARBEST public website. Because, again, we want to respect folks. We don't want to just share out information. But so that's sort of the first site. That's kind of the first step. And then, of course, you'll have to attend the introductory TFCB training. And then once somebody completes their consultation calls, I, as an administrator, go in and I look up, Jane Doe, and I switch her status from complete. So that basically links all that to our map. So that's kind of how the process works. So if you're interested in being on our map, that's how you do it. Okay, this is a pretty brief presentation. I'm happy to go over anything that I've already done, but if you have a question, you can unmute yourself by pressing *6, or you can use that chat feature by clicking that little bubble and just type in a question, and happy to take any questions right now. Well, if there's no burning questions, I think hopefully most of y'all have received that our TFCB training is, the intro training is going to be on April 17th and 18th, 2013, and the advanced training is going to be on April 19th. And so we're excited to have the training again this year. Our next topic, we don't have an exact date set, but it is going to be in January. It's going to be on trauma in young children. So we're excited. Dr. Kramer and Dr. Connors-Burrow, who are sort of experts in that topic, are going to be our presenters. And that's all I have. So if there are no questions, I guess we can break, and hopefully everyone has a really great holiday and a happy and safe New Year. Are there any questions? Okay, well, we'll end it, and you guys have a great weekend, and thanks for listening, okay?
Thank you, Dad.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you.